The note is written. The meaning arrives later. The song is published. The understanding arrives later. A week is archived. The explanation arrives later. The archive responds later. I used to think everything important needed to be understood immediately, before action, before publication, before continuation. But reality moves differently. Reality allows unfinished things to remain unfinished for a while. The archive responds later. A question appears, then disappears. Months later, another song answers it. Not because the answer was hidden, because the answer did not exist yet. The observer needed more time. The timeline needed more events. The structure needed more structure. I write something without fully understanding it, then continue again, and eventually the future archive explains the past archive. A correction appears, not where the mistake happened, somewhere else. A realization appears, not during the event, long after the event ended. The archive responds later. That is why nothing is wasted. Not the confusion, not the contradiction, not the unfinished thought, not even the wrong conclusion. Everything becomes material for future calibration. A note becomes a song becomes a pattern becomes a model becomes outdated, and the archive notices. Years are not required. Sometimes a week is enough, sometimes a day, sometimes a single sentence creates a question that waits patiently for its answer. The archive responds later. I see something strange. I write it down. I do not explain it. The explanation arrives later, or never. Both outcomes remain valid, because witnessing and understanding are not the same operation. The archive preserves both the thing itself and the absence of explanation. A witness appears, the witness leaves, nothing seems to happen. Then months later, the memory connects to another memory, and suddenly a sequence becomes visible. The archive responds later. That is why I keep recording. Not because I know what everything means, because I know meaning keeps moving. The archive is not a monument. The archive is a conversation between different versions of the same observer. One version asks, another version replies. The response travels across weeks, across albums, across forgotten notes, across discarded interpretations, and eventually the answer arrives, not a certainty, but as another question placed carefully beside the first one. The archive responds later, and sometimes that delay is the response itself.